La 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 la.
Washington Avenue in downtown St. Louis, one of the upcoming hip and cool and hot places. Cool and hot at the same time. Is that possible? Bars and restaurants and clubs and lofts, people living downtown. But as cool and as hot as it is now, once upon a time, Washington Avenue was the heart of the St. Louis rag trade. The huge St. Louis garment district, the fashion district. Once upon a time, so many of these bars and lofts and clubs were factories, busy factories, that churned out dresses and shoes and clothing for the world. As they say in the rag trade, there are still remnants, legacies to the old days, but they're getting more and more rare. Now, this is where cocktails are made, not cocktail dresses. There are cobblestones on streets where once upon a time cobblers went to work. And of the Washington Avenue businesses that have survived time and changes and fashion and moves in manufacturing, there's one that still tops when it comes to hats. Levine's.
My grandfather, he started the company over 100 years ago. And then my father and my aunts and my cousins and my uncles, everybody was in the hat business.
That's Eddie Levine. He's the third generation to go into the hat business.
We get more people who say, my dad shopped here, and my grandpa shopped here. But we get some people who say, I didn't know St. Louis had a hat store.
And that's Lance Levine, the fourth generation. And once upon a time, back then, there were a dozen or so good hat stores around here, and factories that cranked out hats by the thousands, including Levine's. The first Levine factory was at 9th in Washington, then moved to 11th in Washington. Now they've moved way west to 14th in Washington. Always Levine Hats on Washington.
What does that do to it? What does that do to it, steaming it like that?
Cleans it off, takes the dust off. Also makes it, when you pinch it, so it'll stay in here.
Yeah.
Also it'll stay so it snaps down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't make that kind of number of hats anymore, but the store is already so full of so many hats, so many hats. Bartholomew Cubbins would go nuts. Look that one up, Dr. Seuss fans.
A lot of choices.
Yeah, there's a lot of choices here.
And this is just the main level, in the store part of the store.
What a great old elevator.
Upstairs, there's more. If it's a style that's been worn on a human head in the past 100 years, it's here. On shelves, on racks. And the hats just keep on coming.
Is that dust or is that hat felt crumb?
Some of both. Some of both.
There's one other person who's been a part of this place for more than 40 years, and amazingly, his name isn't Levine.
Any idea how old these machines are, Pete?
They're at least 100 years old. At least.
They've seen some hats, huh?
They have seen a lot of hats and a lot of different hat makers.
That's Pete Peterson. He started out as a security guard in the factory. Then somebody asked if he'd like to make hats. Now he is the hat man. He makes hats. He blocks hats. He repairs and changes hats. He makes hats fit the owner in more ways than size. This one needs a new band.
Everybody wants that personal touch. Everybody wants something that's unique, something different from the next person. It's more like a woman when she buys an item, she don't want to walk around the corner and see herself coming the same way.
And men are like that with hats too?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They want that little touch to it, feather.
You gotta have the feather, don't you?
Oh, they usually do. A lot of people don't wear them, but that's what the majority do.
And as Washington Avenue changes from the old garment district to a new entertainment area, the hat business changes too.
There's a lot of younger people down here.
Yeah, who wore baseball caps with the brim in the back their whole life.
Exactly. And now they're stepping up.
I hate to say it, but becoming grown-ups?
Yeah.
Nah.
A nice hat will do that.
But while Levine's has remained a constant in the St. Louis garment district, one other thing has remained a constant:
Looks good.
selling hats.
How's it feel?
Great.
Do you feel like your dad? You feel like a grown-up?
Almost. I don't want to ever grow up.
Hat, chapeau, topper, headgear, lid, cover. There are a lot of synonyms for a simple thing that sits on top of a head. A tip of the hat to another synonym.
Thank you very much.
Levine.
Good seeing you.
Looks good, Ernie.
For HEC-TV, I'm Aaron Mermelstein.
La 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 la.